Hey guys, my name's Matt. I'm 22 years old. I was raised in North Carolina. My family separated at a young age. My dad lived in California. My dad left our family, my two older brothers and my mom and myself, when I was very young. And so I grew up in a separated family. My father's been married 10 times, so I've been tossed around quite a bit, having different stepmothers and whatnot. Um, but I was raised in a very good family, with my mother and my stepfather. I grew up going to church, um, and living the Christian lifestyle. As I grew older, when I was about 10, I went through some hardships. I was sexually abused, and dealt with some abuse for quite a few years that went on, and I never told anyone about it, and I hid all that inner turmoil inside, and um, it affected me as I grew up, but I hid it so deep inside of me. So as I grew up and went through high school, I put a lot of focus into sports and my education, and I really excelled in school, and I graduated in the top 1% of my high school, and I did really well in sports, and um, I got into UCLA, and I went to UCLA for 2 years. And through this time in high school, I started partying with my friends, and it progressively just got worse. Started with drinking and using prescription drugs here and there, smoking weed, and eventually it got to a point when I was in college where I was selling cocaine to support my opiate addiction, and it took me to a point where I couldn't balance my education and my family with my drug addiction, and it completely took over my life. And so after 2 years of school, I had to withdraw, and that was a pivotal point in my life because my education was my pride and joy, and I had it taken away from me because of because of the path I had chosen. And so for the past couple years, I really struggled. I was very depressed and anxious, and finally I got to a point where I was a full-blown heroin addict. I weighed 130 pounds. I had overdosed and was paralyzed for a couple weeks, and I was to a point where I was completely hopeless. And I remember confronting my mom, and I finally told her about the abuse I had gone through in my life, and I finally started reaching out to people and expressing that I wanted something more in my life. And within a few months, I was given advice to call someone a Teen Challenge, and I entered Teen Challenge July 17th, 2014, and today it is July 2nd, 2015, so I'm coming up on my year. And in the past year here, my life has completely been restored with family, with my education. I am readmitted for the fall quarter 2015 at UCLA, and God has provided so many opportunities for me. My financial aid, because of the state I'm in, has been completely approved, and my financial aid will be approved 100%. And my relationship, like I said, with my family is so good, and it's never been this good, even before I started using drugs. And it's all because of God's grace and because of Teen Challenge and the miracles that Teen Challenge works by providing you with the insight of how good God is, and how much love He has for you. And my relationship with God is better than it's ever been, and I'm really excited to see what my future has in store for me. Teen Challenge is a great place. I would recommend it to anybody, and I hope that this testimony can encourage you. And I was so lost and broken and depressed, and I'm in a place now where I don't deal with depression or anxiety or any of that. I received so much love from my Lord and Savior, and that's enough for me. So thank you.